Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. I am back. I took a little bit of a break, went on vacation with my family, and of course, you guys know when you come back from vacation, it's like you need another vacation from your vacation. So it's taken me a little bit to get back into the swing of things, but we're back. We are back with a new color correcting product. This one is from Tarte. When I saw this, I was actually on vacation when I saw this launch. I was like, oh my gosh. Not only was I excited that they came out with new correctors, but I was excited that it is a shape tape corrector. So I still really love my shape tape. I honestly sometimes forget that I love it and that I still own it because I've been really digging the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. But today we're going to use one of my all-time favorite concealers, the Shape Tape Concealer, alongside the Shape Tape Corrector with the Shape Tape Setting Powder. I'm going to do everything Shape Tape today to see how it all works together. Now they have 9 different color correcting shades within this new color correcting line. They all retail for $30 US. I purchased peach and orange. They also have a red for deep complexions. I really also wanted to purchase the white and the blue because the white and the blue, they are going to come in handy. So the blue is meant to help neutralize or to add a little bit of coolness to any extreme like warm tone shades. Let's say you grab a concealer, you love the formula, but you're like, this is a little too warm for me. I need to tone it down a little bit. Then you would just mix in a little bit of the blue and that will do it for you. Or let's say you have a concealer shade that is perfect, but it's just a little bit too deep. Like the undertone is fine, but it's a little bit too deep. Then you add a little bit of the white and it'll lighten up that shade and you can use it all, until it's gone. I love that. So I'm gonna purchase them eventually when they come back in stock. But for today, we are going to be trying these underneath my Shape Tape concealer. Now these two are meant for dark circles. So I didn't want to get the red because I wasn't really going to use it, right? I mean, for deep complexions, the red would be perfect. But I think for me, either the peach or the orange max, anything other than that, and it might like bleed through the concealer, or I will just need more concealer to hide the red, and it's just not a good time. And that is what they look like. This is the orange, and of course that is the peach. All right, like I said, I'm gonna use them with my Shape Tape concealers. I have 3 different shades. I have medium honey, medium, and light medium honey, which I think the medium honey and the light medium honey, I'm gonna mix a little bit. All right, so there they are. So this is medium, light medium honey, and medium honey. But they do dry down just a little bit deeper, so I'm gonna let these dry, and then we'll come back and check on them. As far as how to use it, it's pretty straightforward. You just take the wand out of the tube, you apply it underneath the eyes, and then you blend it out with either a finger, a sponge, or a brush. And then it tells us to top off with Shape Tape Concealer for a smooth, flawless finish. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go with peach underneath one eye and orange underneath the other to see which one gives me better results. So we're going to go over on the right side with peach. The applicator picks up quite a bit of product. This is what it looks like. So it's flat on both sides. And as you can see, it picks up a lot of product. Now these do look pretty pigmented, so I don't think that you need a whole lot. So let's go ahead and blend this side. It feels like a very hydrating formula. All right, so it neutralized quite a bit. You can still see the darkness through the product, but it's a lot lighter than what it looks like without anything. So let's go ahead and do the orange side. All right, so there it is. Color correcting done. Let me apply some foundation and I will be right back. All right, I am back. Foundation is done. Let's continue. I feel like perhaps I should have mixed them. I don't know, because this one just isn't neutralizing as much, and this one, it's just a little too orange for my liking, but let's just go with it. Here are the swatches of the 3 different shades of the Shape Tape that I own. Let me bring you guys up close so you can see them really well. These are all dried down by now. Again, this one was medium honey. This one was light medium honey, and this one was medium. So I think I'm definitely gonna go with medium honey and maybe mix in a little bit of the light medium honey. And the method for today as far as blending, a blending brush. That's what we're gonna use today. That way we use a very, very minimal amount of the concealer, because you guys know, if you've used the Shape Tape, you know, if you use too much, it's going to look like too much. That's medium honey. And then I'm gonna do the tiniest amount of light medium honey. Just, boop, right there. So let's blend this out. I'm gonna keep it right here where I need it. All right, that looks really nice. Really, really nice. All right, let's do the other side now. So again, medium honey and light medium honey. Now this side I do have to spread out a little bit more because of the orange just kind of being along the entire under eye. All right, and I think I'm going to leave the under eye area alone. You guys know the Shape Tape, it dries down matte. It is a dry formula, or a matte formula rather. So you really don't need to set it. So now that we're done, let me zoom you in so you can get a closer look under the eyes after initial application. All right, so here we are, close and personal. This is the orange corrector, and this is the peach corrector. All right, now that you've gotten a closer look, let me jump off camera one more time so that I can finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back, ready to go for the rest of the day. This is why I'd say that I don't love like orange correctors or something that's not meant for my particular complexion, because they bleed through. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I'm sure during my midday check-in you guys are gonna see it, but it just looks a bit orange underneath the eyes. Like right now it looks fine. Could be because I just put it on, could be because of the studio lighting, I don't know. I'm looking at it through my monitor and it looks fine, but I was just downstairs and I was like depending on the lighting, I guess, because the lighting downstairs is not like this. It is much more dim and it looks a little orange. So that's why personally I know a lot of people love orange correctors for the under eye area because they feel like they get more neutralization that way. But also you usually have to use more product on top of it to completely hide it. Now with the shade issue out of the way, I'm gonna see how this formula performs. That is what we are going to focus on. As of right now, I really love the way that the under eye area looks. I didn't have to set it. Everything looks very, very nice and light, even for a Shape Tape, you know? Looks nice and light and it doesn't look excessively dry. That's like, with the Shape Tape, that's one thing that most people experience, and I'll add myself in there. Like I'll put myself in that group because there have been times where I wear my Shape Tape and it just looks like the Sahara Desert underneath the eyes. But then, you know, just depending on how I prep, or especially the correctors that I use alongside it, that usually minimizes how dry they tend to look or how dry that formula tends to look. And with this corrector, it doesn't look dry. It looks nice. So we're gonna wear it, see how it goes throughout the day. Let me get rid of all these notifications because my goodness. Okay, it is currently 11:21 in the morning. So I do plan on wearing this all day per usual. You guys are gonna see me back here in about 4 hours or so for a quick midday check-in where I show you what this looks like under natural lighting. So I'll be in front of my window and you guys can get a nice close-up look of the under eye area. Hopefully it still looks the same because I love the way it looks right now. As far as like, you know, when you look at me up close, everything looks nice and light. The shade is just kind of like the only thing that perhaps I'll have to play with in the future. But for now, we are good. So I will see you back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. All right, so I am back for my quick midday check-in. It is currently 4:20. So I've had this on for, I want to say, almost 5 hours. This is the under eye area, and I've got to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's not as dry as I honestly thought that it was going to be. Not as dry. It's pretty concealed. It hasn't moved around or done anything funky. The only issue that I see as of right now is the orange color corrector just very obviously looks orange underneath the eyes. You see that? Whereas this side doesn't, this side does. And it almost makes my under eye area look not as concealed, you know? I don't know, but the formula seems really good. It's sitting well underneath the Shape Tape concealer, so I still like it. I'm still liking it. We're gonna continue to wear it through like 8 o'clock at night tonight, like 8:30, something like that. So I'll see you back here in a few more hours for my final check-in, my final close-ups, and my final thoughts on this new color corrector. All right, I'm finally back for my end of day check-in. It is currently 8:25. I think I've had this on for over 8 hours at this point. I want to say we started at like 11 something, right? So it's been a full day of wear. Now, before I go over what I think about this new color corrector after wearing it for an entire day, I'm going to zoom you guys in one last time so that you can get a good look underneath the eye area after a full day of wear. All right, so here's the under eye area up close and personal. As a reminder, this is the orange corrector side, and this is the peach corrector side. So there it is. Overall, I actually like the way that it wore underneath my Shape Tape. You guys know the Shape Tape is very particular with what you put underneath it or on top of it. It can go south really quickly. It can look heavy. It can look very dry. It can look like too much. It can do all the things, but with all of that though, it's still a really good concealer. I love it. Like I said, I forget that I have it just simply because when I am trying new things and I find something that I really like, in this case, the faux filter concealer that I tried, I kind of stick with it rather than continue to rotate it. So this review reminded me of my Shape Tape and just how much I still really like it. It wore really well on top of its own corrector, or the corrector that it's supposed to be paired with, right? It wore really well. I don't feel like it looks excessively dry. It did a really good job of neutralizing the under eye area, but it didn't neutralize it completely. I can get better coverage with a different corrector and the Shape Tape. Like, if I pair that one with my Becca and Smashbox corrector or even my Beauty Pie corrector, I know that I'm going to get nice full coverage. But I think that it did have a lot to do with the shade, like the tone. The peach is just a little bit too light for me, and the orange is obviously a little too orange, like a little bit too like orangey red for me. I want something that's like right in the middle. So next time that I grab this, because I will be grabbing this color corrector again, I am going to mix like half and half, because I feel that that would actually allow me to get more coverage. Overall, I'm happy with my purchase. I really like the formula. I love the way that it wore underneath my Shape Tape. I just wish they had that shade in between, but I do plan on purchasing the white and the blue because I feel like those would definitely come in handy. That completes my review for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. I was very active over there, even when I was absent here. I wasn't really posting anything here, but I was posting reels over there of our experience throughout our vacation weeks. So make sure you follow me over there. And I also do sneak peeks. So if you ever want to know anything that's coming up as far as a review, I usually post it there before you'll see it here. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye.